And when he was so beloved by people that he was voted to coach this team, and he's undefeated as the coach of the All-Star team. And that's a conversation we want to have, but many more as well. It's all in and around the Carling All-Stars and the Carling knockout as well. But the coaches had to have many conversations, including how much he misses us. Because I saw the video of Thomas a little bit earlier. I said, yeah, coach, I can see it in your face. You're definitely missing us. You look good, coach. You look like the last time I saw you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure as usual. And yeah, one more time.
Well, I hope it's not just one more time.
A few more times.
Few more times. How you been?
I'm okay. Like I said, so happy to be back.
Yeah.
I can consider right now, say, my second home, or kind of. Always being very well treated.
3 years is a long time, so
by the people. So
it was like home.
Yeah, it's time for me to, in a different role now, to bring back something to also to people who were supporting me a lot during these 3 years. So yeah, so happy.
Looks taller too. Is it my eyes? You look taller. You look taller. I don't know. Yeah.
A little bit more fresh, maybe.
There it is, the big Carling Black Label Cup 2023 and 2024. The Carling All-Star team, of course, having won it. It's, if you're watching now, you're going to see it. It's an overwhelming big trophy that sits in front of us here. Perhaps we can move just on the other side there so that the cameras are able to capture it. Coach, have you been home? Have you been in Spain? I'm watching all the World Cup qualifiers at the moment. Spain's on tonight, aren't they? Big game.
I think they are already.
I mean, there's no ways that margin, as far as goals is concerned, can be covered.
Virtual qualify already, so they're doing a good job. Not a very difficult group, I have to say, but yeah. Usually, I think we're gonna be in there.
We've seen a lot of goals, coach. You saw Portugal scoring mammoth amount of goals, so you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But like you said, it's a strong side. I think we are in the right way one more time.
What do you think of that squad? I mean, I look at it and, you know, the great 2010 squad. You know, those guys that came on all the way till 2012 who were winning everything. There wasn't as much individual brilliance as what the Reliance is now. Maybe perhaps, you know, that cohesive middle, you know, with the Javis, the Iniestas, and the David Villa front. What do you make of this particular Spanish squad? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's something that started with Luis Aragonés. It was probably the first coach in the country who was brave enough to give a space to the talent, maybe not to the most physical players in the country, and change a little bit the style of our national team, who was to be more about physicality, passion, and hard work, and giving a space to the talented players, maybe the small ones like Xavi, like Iniesta, like you said, Fabregas, with good strikers at that time. It's important to score goals in this game. David Villa, Fernando Torres.
So
good strikers.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of things happen at the same time. Even the good moment of Barca at that time, together with Real Madrid, was not a bad side. Also with Mourinho. So all of those things, I think, have a good reflection in the national team. I think it's happening something similar in Bafana actually.
Yeah.
With the contribution of two different sides that are competing in
Sundowns Pirates,
our league, but at the same time both are doing a good job.
You've been following, Coach, closely?
Not much. I'm not gonna lie. I've been first of all, quite busy with Ahly during that short space of time, unfortunately. And after that, I was not really close to any side. I was mostly taking a time for me to do a reflection, to be critical also with myself, analyzing what happened, and not watching so much football live. Mostly like choosing the games that I want to do, and not following any schedule.
Some type of a break, so to speak.
Reflection.
I watch highlights and stuff, and always checking what's going on with the team, and if they are winning or not winning, but nothing else.
Well, Coach, I mean, since we're speaking about the World Cup, let's go to the Club World Cup. That's got to
We missed
been
each other there, by the way, Coach. I was on the other side.
Really?
I went to.
following Sundowns.
Yeah, I was following Sundowns.
Mhm.
So we were in Miami, Orlando, and we went to Cincinnati as well.
So
But
you came
were-
to Miami when I left
Yes,
Miami.
yes. By the
basically,
time I got to Miami,
yeah.
you had gone home. Yeah.
Yeah,
What was that experience like, Coach? I mean, to go to a Club World Cup, this is the biggest, the best teams, the best players, the best coaches. You are in history as one of those in that tournament. No one can ever take that away.
Mm.
What was that experience like?
Yeah, well, somehow something to be proud of. It was not an easy path for any of us as professionals. Usually, nothing comes easy. It comes after, tough periods and working so hard. I was lucky to be part of this, let's say, successful Pirates team during 3 years. That was what brings me the opportunity, gave me the opportunity to be part of Ahly in this case. And being part of that journey with them in the World Cup, it's something memorable. Special tournament, of course, big sides, big expectations, worldwide show that everybody somehow is putting attention. The confirmation for me somehow also that I can do it in a way. We were not really lucky in terms of results during the tournament, but I think that we did a good job. We didn't have so much time to prepare the team also. It was a little bit, everything happened, a little bit in a hurry. But yeah, absolutely memorable for me. I try my best representing myself, representing also a lot of people that I know that was also cheering and pushing for me. And yeah, one of those things that probably when I get old or older, I will look back and feel something special about those memories.
What did you learn about African football versus the rest of the world? Because you look at, it's the best of the best in Africa that went to the Club World Cup. We're proud of what Sundowns did here in particular. Everybody around the world said, gee whiz, where's that team from? But you look at where we got as Africa, all the teams that went there, versus what the rest of the world then did.
Yeah,
What-
no African team made it past the group.
The group stages. What did you learn about Africa versus the rest of the world when it comes to this level of football?
One more time, in terms of quality, the quality of the players, I think we have something special here. Something difficult to produce, something difficult to find in the market. Also, talking from my perspective as a European coach, because there's a lot of different players in the league with capacity to entertain, to create advantage, to do something different on the ball. I think we have a clear identity, football identity here. It's about, in my opinion, to maybe be more consistent, to manage to be at the level that those big sides are in Europe, in this case.
What does consistency mean, Coach? Sorry, just when you say more consistent.
Not being good only on the big days.
Okay.
Like a little bit more of discipline, perhaps a little bit more of resources as well from everyone around the players. It's not only, I'm not criticizing the players, obviously. It's actually the opposite, in order to be at that level. And then, like I said before, it's a scoring game. Score goals is very, very important. It's going to be important for Bafana as well in the final stages of whichever tournament are they going to play in the future. They are just about to face an important
AFCON now. Yeah.
AFCON. Yeah, it's also a massive competition, and being good in front of the goal is going to make the difference. It's something that we could feel also in Ahly, that games like the game against Palmeiras, even against Porto as well, how easy for those sides is to put the ball in the net if you give them something extra. And maybe that's the way that we need to improve here, to be a little bit more pragmatical sometimes, more clinical in front of the goal as well. But I have no doubts that we doing progression and we are in the right way as well.
Do you feel by the time you went into the Egyptian Premier League, the start of the Egyptian Premier League, the campaign at the World Cup maybe had disadvantaged you a little bit to some extent from the fans? Because the ultras, I mean, I'm sure you got to know them very well. They are very passionate. They want result. Doesn't matter whether you're playing Real Madrid or you're playing Pyramids.
They want to win the World Cup.
They want to win the World Cup. Did you feel the performance at the World Cup put you a bit on the back foot when you got to
I think it was the opposite, actually. Probably we couldn't start the way we wanted. We were very, very close to get the result against Inter Miami. We should have won that game, honestly.
For sure.
We have a 2-3 performance first half at least to get the lead and to put the game in a different space. But I think the people realized that we were doing something there with the group, with the team, that we were changing the style of the team in a very short space of time. We have only, I'm not sure, 10 or 11 training sessions before the World Cup start with a new side, with a lot of signings
2 weeks.
as well.
You left 2 weeks and then you were off to the...
with people that came only for that competition as well to the team. And I think in terms of performance, I can tell you that I finished quite happy with the team. And even the feedback that we got from the people, especially the people who was following us live there, who was, again, massive from our fans, from Ahly fans, was very, very positive. And somehow also within the club, I think we changed a little bit the perspective about ourselves and how much we can do for the team at that time. But then, unfortunately, the beginning of the season was not what the people was expecting in the first games, and it took 4 games to lose the patience.
I mean, I'm sure you took the job knowing that it's a difficult job by nature, but were you surprised that they didn't give you more time?
Not surprised. I'm not surprised anymore in football, but it's a pity because it's me now. I'm not going to be the last one who is in that situation. I think as a coaches, we not only there to win games, we try to do something else. Like you said before, people was talking about Sundowns in the World Cup, the football that they were playing, even though everybody knows that they probably not gonna be in the final stages of the competition. And that's also something it's like kind of a trophy as well for the club, for the South African football, like you said before, and it's something that we need to put in context and give value as well. So results are results. There's tools and instruments and possibilities to monitor what is going on in a team more than knowing if they are winning or not, in order to know if that project has future or not. And I'm still thinking that for sure our project had a future. We couldn't make it. But that's it. That's football.
Do you think it was that last game, though? Because you know how big the Pyramids game is. I look at the results going into that, the draws going into that, and I think not a bad result. The Pyramid game is a big game, and at the moment, Pyramid seems to be on the ascendancies compared to Ahly, and the fans don't like that. We were in Egypt. We were in Egypt, and I can tell you they hate it. They're like, no, not them. Do you think it had a lot more to do with that game being the one that you lose? The last one?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
What if you're saying you've reflected? You've gone home now and you've looked back. What is your reflection on your 3 months at Ahly?
It's a difficult place. Let's leave it there. It's not about. I don't think
it's not the results per se.
No, not exactly.
Not the results.
There's much more things around.
So you don't think it's just the football?
No, we didn't sign in Ahly to win. They were winning already.
Yes.
They were dominating the continent for the last 4 or 5 years.
They won the league. They went to the Club World Cup.
It's not about. There was much more to do, but you need the proper support to do it, and we didn't have it.
How different is, you say resources here could be better, and we all know that resources here could be better. How different is resources in Egypt at Ahly, for instance?
No, nothing.
Same?
No, or same, or somehow, or in some aspects even less.
When you speak about resources, coach, do you mean the amount infrastructure, the figures for a transfer budget, because they can get players from England and bring them back home, things like that.
It's about taking care of your players in order to help them to perform more, better, and more consistently. That's what I said, because football is going in a clear direction, which is playing every 3 days. Basically, it's not gonna get better, and the approach must be totally different in terms of planning, in terms of the where do you put your money as a club, where do you invest more or less money, and it's a different paradigm. I think football is changing. It doesn't mean that there's an evolution, but there's a change for sure, and that's what I meant.
You're here for 3 years, Coach. You are beloved. The fans love you. Your players love you.
He gets a nickname.
I'm not sure about the one, but the rest all love you. You know, you're winning. Ahly recognize you because of what you're doing at Orlando Pirates. You go there, you spend only 3 months and you're out. In your reflections when you're sitting there, are there any regrets? Are there any regrets that maybe I left a little prematurely, I could have stayed a little bit long, maybe I shouldn't have taken that job? When you reflect on all of that.
No. I don't used to look back in life. It was a decision that it was made in some certain circumstances. So to think about same thing now in different circumstances, it doesn't make any sense. It's easy to make decisions with tomorrow's journal, like we used to say. I don't know if people understood the nature of my decision at that time, but I didn't leave Pirates because I moved to Ahly. It was a decision that it was made long time
before
ago.
Ahly came along. You'd already made the decision,
of course.
And you'd already let the club know.
Yeah, they knew. And Ahly came later. The only thing that I didn't like about what happened was the fact that I must move before the season ends here.
Yes, because there were about 7 matches left, Coach.
I wasn't happy about that. I was not really.
Then why did you do it, Coach? Did you have to?
It was a must,
From an Ahly point of view, in order to prepare for the Club World Cup then?
That didn't happen in the end.
So the 7 matches that remained, you watched them, you followed, you...
Yeah, of course, I did.
Jeez, I can imagine. That should have been heart-wrenching. Just sitting at home or sitting in Ahly working
hotel,
at the hotel and looking back at the 7 games, looking at your boys.
That's terrible.
That was maybe one of the things that I didn't like it, but I didn't have any other option at that time. I have to do it in that way. I was lucky that the club helps me a lot. Pirates people was backing me all the time, and they made everything easy for me to find a way to be there on time and have the possibility to play that World Cup.
I want to take a quick break. When we come back, he's here. Listen, when it's Mazola and I and the coach, we could sit here for just days just listening to him and talking football, enjoying everything that we're doing at the moment. The Carling Black Label Cup champions. I'm looking at the trophy in front of me now. Orlando Pirates 2011, Orlando Pirates 2012, Chiefs in 2013, Orlando Pirates in 2014, Orlando Pirates in 2015, Chiefs in 16 and 17. Of course, this was when it was still... this was when the 2 teams. Remember when it started? It was
when it was when it was a one day event.
Yeah, before it would grow to be this amazing tournament that it now is. We're going to speak to the coach about his experience with the Carling and knockout, as well, of course, as the Carling All Stars as well. That's still coming up in a few. Mazola Nasa, 2 parts of the 3 wise men, and coach Jose Ribero. A sports show in all of South Africa and Africa's favorite. Thank you so much to all of those tuning in, of course, on sabcsport.com and all our social media platforms. I see all your messages. I see all your questions. No, I'm not going to ask that question. But thank you so much for being a part of the show here. Coach Jose Ribero is still joining us and having a chat to us about his return to South Africa, but also just the last couple of months since he's left here. And has gone on to Ahly and the Club World Cup. We had a bit of a conversation about that as well. One of the questions saying, is Messi as good as he looks when you're coaching against him?
Yes. He is.
He is very good.
It's something else. To be honest, we didn't spend so much time thinking about how to stop him as an individual. It was more about what can we do that the ball is not arriving, clearly to him, to try to cut those links, So I think we did a good job in that sense. He changed a little bit his approach to the game also in the second half. He tried to put the team in his shoulders and start to explore different spaces in the second half, because in the first one I think we managed to keep him mostly out of the game. But he can do things in a speed that it's quite impressive, to be honest. Yeah, when you can see him there 2 meters in front of you. Yeah.
Wow.
What did you make of the stadiums? We were talking about resources, facilities, because now obviously they're going to split the World Cup with Canada and Mexico. The Hard Rock Stadium in particular, where you had at least that game against Inter Miami, if memory serves. Yeah,
it's American football stadiums. Probably the main deficit it was the lack of watering systems. It must be
for the grass.
Yeah. Something that they do with external watering systems that are coming and watering from the corners, and it's not enough to have a proper, football grass to play in a good speed. It's something that we felt too much in the game we play against Palmeiras, for example, 12 p.m. It was terrible conditions to play football and extremely dry. So I think the World Cup clubs was also a kind of experience for them, training for them.
Yeah, for the big show.
For the big show, in order to make sure that 1 year later everything is in the right place.
Coach, I wonder how much you've kept abreast with what's happened at Orlando Pirates, the players in particular. Were you surprised to see Nkota move? Going to the Saudi League in particular. When you heard that, when you saw that, were you surprised?
No, not really. Like I said before, surprises in football. No, that's.
What did you think of that move?
Good for him. Good for the league to attract even more attention. I think those transfers with young players, it's something that will benefit everybody in the long run, in the long term. I think the participation of Mujao in the league was short. From his debut till he left, we're talking about maybe 7 months, 8 months, and
that's incredible actually when you think of it that way.
So happy for him, happy for the league, for the club as well, and I think he's not the last talent that is gonna move out. I think it's always controversial, to say that it's good to lose talent in our league, but at the same time you are creating a space for somebody else who is coming behind, and I think everybody gets benefit of that.
Because I think everybody thought Relay would go first.
Yeah.
Somehow, probably. But football it's in a way it's unpredictable. There's a lot of things happening with the transfers and the movements, and everything must come right at the right time.
Another one is TLB Mboka as a coach. You insisted from the beginning that there's really something special there, but I think a lot of us didn't get the magnitude of what you meant when you said this guy is something special.
I didn't see it.
A lot of us didn't see it. We thought, okay, captain of the reserve league, deserves a chance, but what have you made of the strides that he's made? I mean, he's probably shoe in to go to the AFCON.
AFCON World Cup, he's got a clear path there.
Personality is not only about your skills, it's about have the capacity to show your skills under pressure in a big stage, when everybody's looking at you. And the players, when the players are specialists, because they have the capacity to do it in that moment, and he's that kind of personality. He has all the attributes to be a super athlete. He has a lot of football also in his brain, but then he has the capacity to do it with I will say arrogance, but in a positive way, to showcase himself, in front of a big audience with a I don't know, he came with 18, 19 years old,
Yes.
playing for Pirates. I think right now is one of the captains of the team, making an impact also in the national team. So it's
It almost
clearly-
seems like there was never any stage fright with Mbokazi at all, because sometimes some players, I mean, in some interviews he admitted to being a bit nervous, because obviously I guess given his age you'd think that
Of course, yeah.
But it didn't look
but it
it.
didn't look it on the
That's
pitch.
the thing. He played the final. If you remember, he played the final, the Carling Cup in Orlando against Magesi. That we beat Magesi 3-1, if I'm not wrong, together with McCarthy as centre backs, 2 left foot centre backs on the day, which is difficult to see, and even in that game, which is a final in the end, and you can see that he didn't play for Pirates before that game. It was even before his first game with us, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
And you can see, that he's doing the things with pure naturality.
There's another player that I'm always so confused about, because whenever I see him, speak to him, he's a humble man. I've always heard about how hard-working he is. He gets onto the pitch, he scores goals, but I almost feel like he never gets his due. Even at Orlando Pirates, there's a national team as well. Tsegofatso Mabasa confuses me, coach. I don't know. Maybe you worked with him for long enough.
Yeah, but I don't like to speak so much about individuals.
No, just
You're
the
taking me
player
there
that he
now.
is. Just the player that he is. Because, like I said, I think he's such a great human as well.
Yeah,
And
they
you put him
all
on the
are,
pitch,
yeah.
he's scoring goals.
Chejo is that is a goal player. Like I said before, it's important in football to have the capacity to convert what you create, what you produce in the final product, which is put the ball in the net, and he has that capacity to play knowing all the time where the goal is, which is not easy when you play up front, and that makes a lot of difference.
What's his strength?
The way he referenced the goal, in my opinion, it sounds easy, but it's not. To play football knowing where the goal is all the time, it gives you a lot of advantage. The striker is a player that usually is playing, giving the back to the goal most of the time, especially in a dominant team like Pirate is, and to know all the time where the goal is, to have the right reference it's one of the conditions in a good number 9. Technically is a player with a lot of quality to finalize the actions, and having the level of strikers that Pirates has right now, it's probably difficult to find all the time that the player wants to have in order to have that consistency. But yeah, it's a good fight for the team as well.
Even during your time, are you surprised he wasn't more of a regular in the national team?
No, in the end, that decision belongs to the national team coach, to Hugo in this case. He knows the way he wants to play the games. He knows the way the opponents that they are going to face are going to play the games, and he has the opportunity to choose among a big amount of players, quality, and I think we all have to respect those decisions. And there's always going to be players out of the list that people will think like, why
Should
this
have.
one? But I think the coach knows what he's doing in every case.
Let me pitch something to you, coach. South Africa's far. I know it's very far, especially from Europe. To spend 3 years here and get very little time to go home is always a challenge for most European coaches. That especially have family, etc., etc. But if you're coaching a national team, right? Hear me out. If you're coaching a national team anywhere in Africa, I'm just saying in Africa, it's not a full-time job where
There's periods to
there's periods where you go home.
come
You know,
back.
Coach Hugo Bruce goes home a lot.
He's in Belgium right now.
Right now he's not around. Christmas he's going to be here because he's got the AFCON. Then he goes away for a while again. I speak to Coach Hugo and he's in Belgium. He's with the kids. He's with the grandkids. He loves his little grandkids. Is this something you would consider perhaps?
To coach a national team or
Yeah,
to go
a
to
national
Belgium? What do you
team.
mean?
A national team.
Well, obviously it's something
In Africa.
very attractive. wherever. If you have the opportunity to be part of a national team who is having opportunity or chances to go to final stage of AFCON or European Cup or World Cup, it's always going to be attractive for a coach. But then it's also about the coach, the way you want to approach your role in a national team. I think probably right now that role is also changing, depending on the federation as well. You get different duties, and you must be also part of somehow the football development in that country, not only taking care of the first national team.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this because I was part of that process as well for a national team not long time ago, and at least in Europe, that perspective of the national team coach being a coach that is only talking to the people every 3 months, saying the national team list, taking the team for 2 weeks, and then
you have to help develop the football in the country
exactly.
as well.
So your duties are going beyond that part of which is the most important, but I think it's also something that is changing right now in football.
So it's a yes then.
You are open to it.
Yeah, of course, I'm open to explore every kind of opportunity that my career will offer to me.
No, I know a national team that's not going to have a coach after the World Cup.
Is your phone ringing off the hook lately?
No.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about jobs here. I'm just saying in general. I mean, you are unattached at the moment, correct?
Yes, of course. Once you are in the market, and luckily I have the opportunity to be, like I said before, be part of a successful team during 3 years here. So yeah, we're still getting opportunities, but I'm taking my time.
What kind of project is Jose looking for? Well, when you're picking a team next, we've had coaches who've said, Andile, it has to be a team that plays in the Champions League. It has to be a team that's resourced enough to at least win or fight for the league in that country.
Non-negotiables.
Though those are non-negotiables. What project are you looking for? What does it have to look like?
It depends. Like I'm agree with you. It can be a place where you have the opportunity to continue winning titles, but it's also about the way you do it. It's not having the straight participation in the way that the squad is going to look, but somehow you must share the philosophy with the club in terms of the brand of football that they want to play, the profile of the players as well. I really like to work with young players, with young prospects, with players who still are fighting for their future. The combination of both things, I think, is the ideal scenario. Stability in football is difficult to ask from my position as a coach. It's something that you need to earn, to deserve also week after week. But yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for. It's difficult to ask for project with patience and stuff like that, because we as a coaches, we are signing basically 6 games contract, let's say, depending on where you go, but at the same time, places where you know that they know exactly what they want, and you are just one part of that project as well.
How long are you? Do coaches give themselves timeline in terms of how long you're gonna stay out of a job? Because at times, maybe some coaches end up settling. If you've got your non-negotiables, you end up taking a job because I can't be out of the game for too long. Because
it's difficult to say, to speak about the right frame of time that you must take or not to take. I think we all know when we are in front of something that really
resonates.
Yeah, when I came to Pirates, I was mostly in the same situation. I finished my time in Interturku, and I decided to stay out of the game for a period. Offers came, and I was involved in different type of interviews, process of selection, negotiations and stuff. But when Pirates came, I really felt something like okay, because I felt what I said before. These people knows what they want. It seems to know a lot about me. This is not coming because, I don't know, I'm just an Spanish coach and can be something, fancy there. And
They did their homework on you.
exactly. So that gave me the confidence to say, okay, this is the right place for me. And I'm still waiting for having the same feeling now to get the call or the message that is gonna tell me, okay, these people knows what they want,
Coach.
on what they are getting at least.
I mean, they're going to be lucky to have you. From the humility of the person you are to the brilliant coach that you are as well, which is why you're back in South Africa.
Thank you.
Because people here, they have that feeling about you, and that's why a brand like Carling is going to say, let's go back and get the coach. And they brought you back, coach. Why have they brought you back? What are you going to be doing?
Well, it's a new role for me. It's a new experience. That's mainly, or one of the reasons that I accept this challenge, because it's giving me the opportunity to do something different, to, like I said, to bring back something also to the people who was also supporting me during my journey, and to the fans especially, because this tournament it's really for the fans. It's for them. It's for them to enjoy. It's for them to participate in a different way. It was probably in the beginning in 2022 when I came, and I heard some stories about the tournament, because it was a different format at that time, when we play 4 games in the same day against Chiefs and Sundowns in our case.
When you bit my head off when I asked you about the depth of the squad, because you had to play so many games back to back.
That was crazy. It was something else. And although my experience actually in the tournament was not the best one, because we got eliminated in the first games against Magesi and Richards Bay also in 2023. But then I had the opportunity to be part of that All-Stars team, together with a lot of people from different teams. I'm talking about technical staff from Chiefs, Polokwane, Stellenbosch. Gave me the opportunity to know a lot of people, a lot of players. It was an incredible experience. We were lucky enough to beat Stellenbosch and Magesi in 2 different finals, to give the opportunity, especially to the risky players, to showcase their talent in such an event like a cup final. So special for me to be here. It was special to receive their call and the opportunity to be back. So I didn't think so much about the opportunity to be here, and here I am. I
tell you now, so if you speak to the players, especially the first season, because it was the first time, it's the All-Star, it's happening, and they all thought, we're going to have fun there. And they say, Coach Rivero got there and he handed each and every one task papers and sheets to say, guys, and they're like, what is he doing? He's taking this so seriously. And Coach, you never looked at this as just a tournament for the fans. This is just, you took this really seriously, because you understood the opportunity afforded, especially to the young players.
Of course, I think when I think that the leagues, the tournaments, the teams, you measure the importance in terms of how many people is behind. It's not about if you are in the north of the world or in the south. It's about how much people in this case is having a look of what you're doing, and the way that people follow the Carling Cup is massive, and the people is spending their time and their money to vote players and coaches, and it's our obligation to offer a good show. So I went there with trying my best as usually, with discipline and with the intention to win the match. So we have a short space of time to come out with a good game plan. So together again with the technical team, we try to give the players the opportunity to compete. You don't want to go to the field. You can have fun maybe 2-3 days before. That was not the case. But once you are on the field, there's nothing funny anymore. You want to compete. You don't want to be beat by anyone. And if you are not in the right space in that kind of games, it's not that you're going to lose. You're going to lose badly, actually.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be in that space. So you have to take those games seriously enough to, on the day, to be competitive.
The format started when it was earlier days, when it was just Chiefs Pirates. As, there was a be the coach element to it, where a fan got to be a coach. You know, they got to be in the dressing room. They got to coach the mighty Buccaneers or Kaiser Chiefs.
Almost the entire week process of being
That's
close
back
to-
now.
yeah.
And it's one of the exciting things about this season. How much do you know about Be the Coach?
Yeah, that's maybe one of the main parts of my contribution to the project this season, to the tournament, is to help to assess and to advise about who's going to be the main candidate and the person who's going to be part of that technical staff with an important role in the coaching staff. Like I said, it's going to be something different for me, and I'm so excited to start that process and try to find a way to choose the right person to have the privilege to coach those players during 3-4 days.
What should be those qualities? What qualities are you looking for, coach?
Human qualities, first of all. I think it's important like I said, in a short space of time, to have the capacity to touch the players, that the players will follow you and will be listening to you, and that's one of the keys. Football knowledge, obviously. I'm sure that the ones who are gonna be in the final stages of that process, it's gonna be proof that they have football knowledge enough. And then again, there's a lot of people that are important for us as a coaches right now, which is like being here with you, for example, sitting and trying to make sense on what we are saying about our teams and stuff, handle that pressure to be sitting in a bench making decisions. So we must find somebody who can, do those things all together on the day.
I mean, a lot of people still speak about how a player like Sangelo Zwane, for instance, who was at Kaiser Chiefs at the time, they saw some of the best of him
In that
in
team.
that team. Do you remember him?
Yeah,
Of course.
He was. What did you think of him? I mean, we hadn't seen a lot of him at Kaiser Chiefs at the time, because he was still one of the players that had come up, and he got the opportunity to play for you and did very well.
He did, yeah. Well, sometimes, I don't know, like I said, the atmosphere in the team, the way that the experienced players who are part of that team are embracing the young ones, they are taking care of them, they are making sure that they feel confident to play football on that day. I think what I managed to perceive in those two finals, in those 2 different weeks with the All-Stars team, it was the way that the mature players, the experienced players, welcome those players to play together, and I think that makes a lot of difference for the young ones to go to the field feeling that, okay, these people really trust us.
Coach, listen, we're going to be seeing you around. You're going to be around South Africa for a while. How long are you around for?
A
Is
couple
it
of
3
weeks.
weeks? Yeah?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, it's exciting to have you back, and I hope that you find and you see the love for you around here. All the best with whatever project you take up next.
Thank
I
you.
was serious about that national team coach thing. Think about it.
In Belgium.
It's one after the other. We're going to get out of here. Jose Ribero, absolute gentleman. Always a pleasure whenever you're around. A friend of the room. We appreciate you so much. And we're going to get out of here. Remember, in the voting, if you vote for your starting 11, at the end of that, you get to vote for the coach. And at the end of that, that's when you get entered into an opportunity where you could be working with Coach Jose, and you could be the one that is coaching these teams. *120 *660# is the number. If you hadn't thought about it quite yet, I don't know about you. I've been doing this for the past couple of weeks, but it just got real right now. That opportunity just looked even better right now. So get on there and let's have a big push before the 16th. Bingon, when is the Carling All-Star final? 13th December. The 13th of December at Moses Mabhida Stadium. Imagine you standing there, Moses Mabhida Stadium, and you can have that photo forever with those players behind you.
Calling
To
the
say,
shots.
I coached that team. Only Carling All-Star team will give you that choice. Would give you that once-in-a-lifetime shot, that dream. For myself and the entire team, all those watching online. Pela pela. Nanso me.